Good evening, folks. We're glad you're here. Kingwood High School Jazz Band in the house. Some good dessert and coffee. We're going to have fun tonight. Herb Matthews and Christian Wilson on the saxes, trading twos there. Adam Lavin on the trumpet solo, right? Our next piece was a huge hit for Frank Sinatra in 1966. That's Life. It was originally recorded by a singer named Marion Montgomery in 1963, but it wasn't well received. The story is, old Blue Eyes is driving his car one day, and he hears that song come on the radio, and he immediately pulls over and runs to a phone booth. Why does he run to a phone booth? Adults, tell me. No cell phones. I know you find that shocking. So he calls up his daughter, Nancy, and he says, I just heard this incredible song. I think I can write this song to #1, but I need you to find out more about this song. And it finally became a big hit for him. It was also covered by Aretha Franklin, James Brown, David Lee Roth, believe it or not, Bono, Michael Bolton, and even Willie Nelson. It's appeared in the soundtrack for movies like A Bronx Tale, Joker, and also in the video game Tony Hawk's Underground 2, featuring Adam Lavin again on a trumpet solo. Here's That's Life. Adam Lavin on trumpet. Ethan Canyon on piano. We'll take a moment to just introduce the band to you. We're calling this Kingwood Jazz Band and Friends because we've got a couple of ringers in with us tonight. Let me start with the rhythm section over on piano. Just introduced him. You heard from him, Mr. Ethan Canyon on piano. On drums, we are blessed to have Mason Hatchie as our main drummer tonight. You will also hear from Reese Foster, who is the drum instructor here at KHS. He's a KHS graduate from many years ago, and he also plays in a local band that tours. Mr. Reese Foster back there. On percussion, you're going to hear from the one that's so beloved around here. They just call him Mr. G, and everybody knows him, but it's Mr. Juan Guardiola, one of the band directors here. You're going to hear from him in a little bit. On electric bass back there, Tiago DeVita. He's going to double on vibes for us a little bit later. Over on guitar, an all-region jazz band player, Dylan Champion. You're going to hear from him on guitar and clarinet. Over on bass, all-state orchestra on upright bass, Slava Chupka. Front line, your left to your right, Raquel. Raquel Bowles, there she is. Raquel, come on up. Tyler Matthews on tenor sax. Allison Rector on alto sax. Christian Wilson on alto sax. Michaela Perez on alto sax. We have Mr. Austin Murphy on tenor sax. And Matthias Mansfeld on bari sax. For the bones, left to right, we have Isaac Bivens. Mr. Zach Fast. We have Nia Smith, who tries to keep them all under control. We have a really close friend of mine on bass trombone tonight, John Talbert. John is actually still working on passing that English class. That's why he's here tonight after all these years. No, I've been playing gigs with John the last 23 years, and he's as good a bone player as I ever hope to work with. Okay, left to right, Caleb Cleverly. This guy's been around. We have another one of our friends, the principal trumpeter from the Kingwood Pops Orchestra, Mr. Luis Garcia back there. We have next to him, Caleb Malone. Let me see who's back here. Adam Lavin right there on trumpet. Jackson Marsh as well. We'll get to him. And Simon Castano. Simon. This next piece is a Latin jazz piece made famous by trombonist Bill Watrous back in the 70s. And it actually was nominated for a Grammy Award. We're going to use not a trombone, but a trumpeter, Caleb Malone, on the solo break. And we're also, of course, going to have Raquel sit in with us on flute on this, so be listening for that. The title of this piece is based on a character in a Sherlock Holmes short story. Here's Tiger of San Pedro. song by the American rock group Steely Dan, first recorded on their 1977 album, Asia. How many of you remember that album with fond memories? Yes. The rest of you need to get a life. On the recording, the song's guitar solo was attempted, I don't know if you know this or not, the song's guitar solo was attempted by 7 different guitarists before they found one that got it right. We happen to have a guy who's going to get it right the first time. Okay? We're also going to feature Caleb Cleverly on trumpet and Christian Wilson on alto sax. 1954. It's recorded by several artists, including Johnny Mathis, Nancy Wilson, Edie Gourmet, Peggy Lee. The original title to this song was called In Other Words. And it was actually in 3, not in 4. Then, in 1964, Frank Sinatra recorded an iconic album with the Count Basie Band. And Quincy Jones, anybody know that name? Of Michael Jackson fame. And way before then, Quincy Jones did all the arranging for the album. He changed the song from 3/4 to 4/4. He boosted the tempo, which made it explode with energy. And Caleb Malone has some solo work on this on trumpet, as does Raquel on flute. But remember how I told you some of these instruments some of these students kind of double on different instruments. Adam Lavin is going to sing on this song. And with Mr. G directing, how can we go wrong? Here's Fly Me to the Moon.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on a Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words,
so what color are your eyes? And he looked at me kind of funny and he said, green. And I said, okay, well, so Sinatra's nickname, somebody tell me, is Old Blue Eyes. That's right. So, wear contacts or something, I guess. But you're doing great. having laughing on the truck on foot. Tiago DeVita on the vibes back there. Very sweet. We're going to go back to 1939 now, in the pre-war years, when American jazz and American pop music were one and the same, okay? This is at least 12 to 15 years before the very beginning of rock and roll. So this is the kind of stuff that teens would listen to and dance to. Woodchopper's Ball was recorded by band leader Woody Herman, who's a clarinet player. It's really a song just based on a regular 12-bar blues progression. And so we're going to feature a lot of different soloists on this one. They kind of come rapid fire, so you just got to kind of be watching for them. Dylan will kick us off with what we call the head, which is the main melody. Then you're going to hear a number of students take solo turns improvising on that melody, including Tyler Matthews, Allison Reffner, Michaela Perez, Isaac Bivens, Zach Fast, Jackson Marsh, and friends John Talbert and Luis Garcia. Goodwin is a big band composer and conductor. He leads the Big Fat Band. I could be a part of that one. It's actually fat spelled P-H-A-T, and it refers to their sound. When when a band sounds full and glorious, we call it, oh, that's fat. Oh yeah, that's fat. And his band's actually won 4 Grammy Awards. I bet you never even heard of him. But our last piece is a Gordon Goodwin piece. It's a modern day throwback to the jazzy spy tunes of the 1960s. It rocks. It rolls. It features Dylan Champion on guitar, but it also relies very heavily on our brass section. I'm so excited about them. I'm bummed at the same time. You realize we're graduating 4 seniors on trumpet alone. We've never had 4 seniors in the jazz band before. And they've just done an awesome job. Unfortunately, they're going to be doing it somewhere else next year. So we're praying that God raises up more trumpet players for us, that's for sure. So when you leave here, I'll just say this. You better be careful driving home, because this song can cause you to exceed the speed limit. If you see flashing lights in your rearview mirror, it's not my fault. You get ready, because you're probably being pulled over by the jazz police. more time for Kingwood High School Jazz Band.